This whole discussion on pages wouldn't be complete without mentioning column arrangements. This is by no means an exhaustive examination of page columns, and you may not get to them with the short stories, but it bears discussion. First of all, I'm going to be using a couple of examples from two recent print versions of The Nation and The Atlantic Monthly. I'm not going to get into covers for these publications just yet. That's another whole discussion. But what we are going to be talking about is how two different publications take on the task of placing copy on a page. This is done with the express purpose of making articles easier to read and more interesting to the reader. The first example is from The Nation and is a very simple two-column spread. But very often you will find that any publication, the editor or the graphic designer or the art director may decide that a particular line of content needs emphasis, and they treat that in the following way. By creating a knockout panel inside of the column of type, and then wrapping the type around the point of emphasis. This kind of thing is quite easy to do in a program like InDesign, and I'll be adding some videos that concern how to accomplish this. Another type of column display is a three-column run. This is offset to the right here because it is a left-hand panel. However, it also has many other elements involved. There is a flourish at the top of the page highlighting the books and arts section of the publication so that the reader can tell this apart from other portions of the publication. Again, we'll discuss logo types elsewhere. It also uses an element where preceding capitals are artistically highlighted inside of blocks of color which are spared out of the column blocks. There are page number graphics and graphical indications of the end of the article or paragraph. And there may be insets devoted to advertising set aside from the column blocks. Again, these types of arrangements are easily accomplished in InDesign. Another type of column arrangement is a two-column offset. Here the left-hand column is 2/3 the width of the right. To continue, it has added page number attributes, and as mentioned, it is a two-column offset page layout. However, there are spaces hewn out of the column arrangements for various things like text highlights, preceding cap offsets, and an area set aside for images. Again, these are all things that can be accomplished with InDesign, as we will soon see. Another page arrangement is the four-column spread as depicted here. The text columns arrangement is based off of the four-column arrangement. However, a large space here has been set aside for the title to the article. Also present are locations for the article's place within the context of the magazine. In this case, the magazine has a subsection that deals with specific content from month to month. Readers may only have an interest in this particular aspect of the magazine over the course of a year and wish to find it quickly in the index at the beginning of the magazine. This particular marker helps them locate this content quickly. Also here, the page number, which is much more subdued than in the previous example from The Nation. Also present are various rule lines added as contextual elements, which solidifies the look of the overall content from one article to the next. These are things present throughout the magazine from cover to cover. And finally, at the very bottom of the page, in the center, is the date of the magazine to help orient the reader quickly to what month the magazine they are referencing. This is important when a reader is in the midst of an article and suddenly asks, "Hey, what month did this get written in?" Important from the standpoint of a magazine that might be kept around for a while and someone picks it up and starts reading something which to them seems dated. Again, all these things can be quickly added to InDesign when setting up a document for print, as we shall shortly see.